Welcome to today's video, guys. We've got a special delivery. Shulman's been running around all day picking up engines from all over the world. Let's go look. I'm just not gonna get in.
He needs help.
We'll take him out first and then we'll talk about him.
So this engine right here is 2J GE. I was planning to run in a few years, but then Adam had a spare 1J block, so I traded him that so I could build that 1J. And he can have the 2J GE to use for himself. So that is why it is his now. And it looks like this because I took it apart, then I stopped. You know how that goes, it sits forever. It looks pretty crappy, but it's okay.
Oh, let me wipe the grease off. Like 3 weeks worth of pepperoni pizza on my forehead.
Okay,
all right,
Papa John's.
We got Jay-Z's out the wazoo. Everything's getting a Jay-Z swap. All jokes aside, Shulman's been sitting on this block for a while. Quite literally, actually. This was his desk chair at his house. But we needed the 3-liter bottom end. I run NA GE blocks for the S13. The reason being they don't have oil squirters, so you actually have a bit more oil pressure. And they're cheap as f***. They're like 50 bucks, like 100 bucks, or you just go to the junkyard, or you can pull one out of like IS and then steal the block from it. But that's the move there. So this one's gonna get torn apart so we can rob the block out of it and then rebuild it with all the internals from the first bad block that was cracked. And then I'll have to do the same thing again with the last block that got a little bit scuffed from when we had the oiling issue. Now this was an impulse decision. This is a complete GTE VVTi 2J. And a good friend of ours, Hunter, who actually had an SR in his car and almost made the mistake that I almost made and almost 2J swapped his very reliable and fun car. Decided not to, posted up on Facebook for a really good deal, so I figured I would get it, hold on to it, because I know at some point one of the builds is going to wind up needing either a full 2J or a 2J head, or I'll be in a pinch and I'll need it. So to have this on deck is really good because 2J prices right now are wild. You go on eBay, they used to go for like 2000s-ish, and now they're like 6 and up. So this was a great deal. This is on deck. And then the real good stuff is that we finally have the RB back. We're gonna go through that tomorrow, hopefully when my back feels a little bit better and I can actually like lift and move stuff around. Y'all hear that? The S13 is back. Holy crap, that was a loud voice squeak. I'll explain. It's been a hot minute since I've driven this car. After I went to the last clutch kickers with it, it got a little banged up. And I kind of like put the car on the back burner while Randy was fixing some panels. I got a few new bumpers, spoiler, I got a new hatch. And he's just been super, super busy and it hasn't been a priority. But today he's coming by, he's got all the new panels painted. We're gonna fit them all up and it's gonna look the best that it has since like probably 2 open houses ago. So I'm super excited for this thing to be back, me to want to drive it and take places again. It's been sitting without panels and it's just kind of been ugly to look at. And I moved it to the other shop because since it's on E85 and it's like a pretty worn engine at this point, I didn't like cold starting it every single day, revving it up, moving it around. But didn't feel good about it. But the weather's nice. We're gonna get her all fitted up. Going to the other warehouse now. Gas in it, otherwise I do a pull. I always loved how rev happy this car was. Look, I have a problem. Sell me your Blitz. I will buy them. Wait, Mike, can you make me like the commercials with the people, I will buy your gold. I'll give you 10 times more than the guy next door. But like with Blitz wheels.
I'll take your entire stock!
Yo, look at Colette's exhaust, dude. It was a 2-piece exhaust. This part literally wasn't even connected to the test pipe. So bad.
Where's the other piece? Where'd it go? Did it get thrown away? Oh, there it is.
The craziest thing too, everyone's like, Colette, your car sounds so good. Why does it sound so good? Well, you see, it's unequal length test pipes. They're just the right unequal length to where it like counteracted the sound of a VQ. Yeah, it's like, you know, like Subarus, like people put equal length on them, you put unequal length on VQs, and it makes it sound good.
Well, there you go.
Hunchback of Notre Dame is going to attempt to work on a car today. So what we have right here, this is our whole clutch delay valve setup. What this does is it kind of dampens your pedal, I guess. So it like lets the clutch out and lets it slip a little bit. And you can actually change the valve in this. So supposedly you're supposed to be able to change this without having to rebleed it, but that's not what it's looking like right now. I'm gonna go put some gloves on. So I basically just changed out, there's like a little jet inside, and what it does is it slows the fluid down, so when you depress the clutch, it takes a little bit longer for the fluid to go back and the clutch to release. So we had like the mid-range one on, which I think is like a .40, and we went down to a .30, which is the smallest one that Clutch Masters includes with the kit. So hopefully that'll be enough to kind of dampen some of the shock since we don't have the Guibo on the ZF box, and hopefully not break it again. We're going to do a testing day tomorrow and see, and I'm going to try to abuse the crap out of it, so hopefully we don't end up breaking another box all the way up at Clutch Kickers. Quick product plug, if you guys didn't see on any of the social media, our embroidered masks are back in stock. These are the same ones that we wear at FD. They're super comfortable and they have adjustable elastic ends, so you can make them tighter or looser. And in addition to these that dropped yesterday, if you're watching the video now, we also did a mystery bundle that comes with an embroidered hoodie, a mask, and a t-shirt for about a $25 to $30 discount. So check that out. I'll put a link in the description. I think you guys will really like these. Time for good old brake shoe replacement. Fun fact, I think Chasers have one of my favorite like drum handbrakes. A lot of people will upgrade to the Project Mu pads, and even though they work really great, they wear super fast. So for reference, I used OEM pads that were brand new, and I got about a year out of them, and now I'm changing them because they're worn significantly down. Where the Project Mu ones I would go through in like one trip to Ebisu. But if you're not afraid to pull it a little bit harder, the OEM ones last much longer and they'll still lock up the brakes plenty fine. So if you have an X chassis, definitely advise going OEM if you can source them. Look who's here. Did we ever show this in video, Mike?
No.
Did you know my wing was fake the whole time?
I did.
I never knew.
I told you that one day.
Bro, I'd never seen one real in person.
Because I was like, do you know that the ones are stamped? And you were like, no. And I was like, and then you bought two and I didn't want to break your heart on the second one. So,
well, technically speaking, the first one I didn't buy. So. But as soon as I realized that, that's when we decided to redo the hatch and finally get rid of the scratch glass and do a new wing. So I'm excited.
326.
I can't remember if we showed this in video or not.
Nope.
But I've always been in love with the Spirit Ray rear bumper just because of this little diffuser piece.
Oh, that's so good.
It's the only bumper that doesn't look like all the other S13 bumpers.
I was like real torn between where we were gonna pinstripe it at, because I was like, I don't want to do it too far up, and then I was like, I don't want to do it inside of there either. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna take a chance, and I just kind of did it over it.
So
great.
good.
So this is the new hatch. The other one had just been so mangled up, and the glass was smashed, and this one had pretty nice trim. So Johan actually filled, if you guys remember, I don't know if we showed it in a video, there was a little like antenna hole that you put a cover over and shaved, and then Randy shaved the third brake light. So that's cool. That'll be new. It's gonna look like a whole new car.
Get rid of that light.
It's funny because when we were building this car way back in the day, I remember looking at this and like thinking that this was sick. And that this was an awesome engine bay, and now looking at it, there's so much that I would change, so much that I just want to redo. It's kind of cool to see, kind of like with all the builds and stuff, how we continually set the bar higher and higher to where now something that I used to look at as like amazing, I'm now looking at it with just like, yikes. So maybe someday I'll get to neatening this thing up and making it look pretty again, but a lot of it's just, it's malnourished. You could use a little TLC here and there and it'd go along. this is huge right here. These taillights have been in the car since I bought it. Whoop. Yeah, there goes my bulb. My original bulb. I got a new set. I still buy them new, so I figure I might as well freshen it up. Put a nice fresh set on. Make it as pretty as I possibly can.
The whole back end of this car is going to look so nice with that rear bumper.
Which is funny because I'm like spending all this time making the back end of a drift car look nice. Not usually the best thing to do. So, it's been a while, but she's back, looking better than ever. We were talking, I don't think this is the best that this car has looked since 2 open houses ago when we were just last minute assembling the kit and everything. I'm super happy. I want to try some different wheels in the car, maybe change it up a little bit. But I'm curious what you guys want to see me do with this car, if you want to see me drive it more on the street, if you want to see me take it drifting, you know, continue to upgrade little things here and there. I know this is like a really iconic car to the channel and it means a lot to me, and I know to some of you guys it's a very special car too, so I'm definitely curious to hear what you guys have in mind. It's been fun kind of getting this thing back together, and now it won't live in the dungeon and it can get used and enjoyed. I don't want to rip on it or beat on it though until I get a chance to clean out the fuel filter, the injectors since it's been sitting for a while, do some fluid change and just some general maintenance. But on the drive over here it felt great, sounded great. And hope you guys are as excited as I am. So big thank you to Randy for helping us late. I got this thing all sorted too. It's going on a track day tomorrow to see how it feels with the 93. I haven't driven this car like on a track on pump gas yet, so I want to make sure it feels good. That way when I go on drift week, I don't have to worry about finding the 85. And I can enjoy it at the 400 wheel that it makes on pump. And I'm also going to test the new clutch delay valve on the E36. So kind of a testing day tomorrow more than anything crazy, but I'll film some. You guys can see that in the next video. And for now, that's it for this video.
When you said, when you said, when you said that you love me,
I'm just not going to get it.